So these are my 5 tips on having good throw-ins or toss-ins. I like to call them chip shots. Number 1, having nose up on your release. The reason why I want some nose up on my release is that way I don't shoot the disc super far past the basket. Having some nose up is gonna the wind is gonna fight the front of the disc. That way you can throw it with a little bit more aggressive nature, but it'll stay close when you miss. The idea is to be able to run some of these shots, but not have them fly so far past the basket to where you miss the next one. Now notice here, I've got a lot of nose up. As I snap, it's still nose up. Now I can use my wrist and kind of contort that just a little bit. That's all kind of situational stuff where if maybe you have a headwind or a tailwind, kind of just got to read the winds around you. Right now I've got a little bit of a headwind, so I'm going to try to put a little bit less nose up on it because the headwind's really going to fight. The resistance of the wind is going to take this disc and try to get it out to the left. So for that reason, I'm going to put maybe just a touch of turnover on it. I'm maybe right at 90 feet here. I figure if I'm hitting it from this far, that's a pretty good shot. I mean, they're not all gonna go in, but if you notice, that had really good speed. If I would have missed the shot, it maybe would have got 20 feet past. This is tip number 2. Okay, nose up is number 1 tip. Number 2 tip is make sure that the axis of your hips is where you want it. Now notice where my disc is releasing here. On hyzer angle, a little bit of nose up. Now when I stand up straight, look where the disc went. Now it's nice and flat. So that's really important to watch. I see a lot of guys when they're trying to do these shots, they'll be lining it up here, and then they go and let this come down. So really stand up. It's all about your posture. I'll hold that one over just a little bit. Number 3, the grip is really important. I rarely ever, I can't even remember the last time I've held a disc like this. Most important thing for these toss-ins is to get a nice wide fan grip. How you would kind of grip your putter throws or your mid-ranges, something like that. Notice how the disc is buried in the palm of my hand here, going up my forearm. Really, really important. From there, now what I can do is I can take the disc with turnover just by adjusting where my forearm is with my elbow. Down on hyzer, up on turnover. This is for flat. Okay, 4th tip. Know where your snap position is. Now from here, as I hold it, this is my hold position. Watch the disc as I snap my wrist, and look at the angle there, nice and flat. So that's where I'm holding my flat shots. Again, making sure if you're throwing a turnover, making sure that you have an idea of where your snapped position is. Now that's my snapped open position. There's my hold. Same thing on hyzer. Down in here, snapped position. Still on hyzer. And number 5, your stance. Making sure that you're nice and balanced. Right? The idea here is I'm not just arming this shot. I'm using my body to propel a lot of the disc. So I hope those things worked out for you. Put it in action. You know, go out and sit at 100 feet and really work this shot. Making sure that you get that nice back and forth action with your body. You know, setting up a little different stances. I mean, this is my trajectory here. So your stance is really, really important when it comes to being able to dictate where the disc is gonna go. I hope that helps you guys. Best of luck out there. All right, let's go.